The Meddlesome Meeples present the Quest Report with Matt and Richard.
On this Quest Report, we are going to talk about Tortuga 1667, which is a game that hasn't got too many components, does it? Quite a small little game. Got a lot of cards, but this is basically a hidden identity game.
It is.
Yeah.
It's it does it very, very well. Now, the entire game fits in this little book-style box.
Yeah, you can put it on your shelf and no one will know it's a game.
And it does a lot with very few components. So with this game, you're going to be getting a hidden identity card.
Which is basically your nationality.
Yeah.
It's a hidden nationality card.
And there's potentially 3 different nationalities in this game. Because if there's an even number of players, they're going to be divided between British and French.
Yep.
If there's an odd number of players, there's going to be a Dutchman card.
Yep.
A Dutch nationality. And for the French and the British, they're going to work as teams trying to get more treasure than the other team. So if the British end with more treasure, they win. If the French end with more treasure, they win. The Dutchman is going to be trying to win by making the teams balanced. So he needs the end scores to be the same.
Tie, yeah.
For
ends on a
both
tie.
Players.
Yeah.
And potentially there is 8 lots of treasure that the 2 teams are going to be fighting over. 2 based on the island of Tortuga, and 6 that could be either on the Spanish galleon or one of the 2 team ships. So it's quite interesting to see how this plays out. Now, those identities will be dealt at the beginning. There is at least one card in the deck that will allow someone to change their secret roles with another player.
Yeah, because that
has happened. But on your turn, effectively, you're going to get a few choices. All players have the opportunity to look at some of the event cards. Now, the event cards are going to be under the playmat. There'll be 5 face down, and when they're revealed, they're then immediately resolved in most cases. A couple allow you to keep the card and use it later.
Some make you keep it. Some are bad.
Yeah.
The albatross.
Albatross.
Don't get the albatross card.
No. But you can either look at a couple on your turn. You can either look at a couple of the event cards and replace them face down. You can reveal one and resolve it. You can force another player to choose between 2 event cards. Of course, they can't then look at them. They may already know if they've taken that option earlier. Yeah. Or you can move between ships and rowboats and the island. But each rank, if you're on the ship, each rank has a special ability. So if you're in the first spot on the ship and you're the captain, you can call for an attack or maroon a player. The cabin boys can move a treasure between holds on the ship. The first mates can try and oust the captain and take control.
That's pretty good.
Which is always fun.
Yeah.
If you're the governor of Tortuga, you get to call for a brawl.
Yeah.
Which gives you a chance to move treasure between the 2 parts of the island, between the 2 teams.
It's weird on Tortuga because the treasure always stays there, but it can be on either the British side or the French side.
Yeah.
And that's what you can change.
And whether you are making an attack, calling for a mutiny, or calling for a brawl, you're using these vote cards. Now, you start with 3, and every time you use one, you will replace it straight after. But these actually reminded me of some of the cards in games like, for example, Shadow of the Elder Gods, where the vote cards are divided into different sections, and you use different sections of the card
it's
in different scenarios.
That was the random non-icon one.
For example, if you're attacking the ship, you use the top part of the card. If you're having a brawl on the island, use the middle part of the card. If you're trying to have a mutiny, use the bottom part of the card.
Yeah, try to have a mutiny.
And much like games like Battlestar Galactica, whenever there's a vote between either members of the ship or on the island, you've not only got the cards that the players are putting in, you've also got a card from the top of the deck, which means that you can never be sure who's put what in. You can try and work that out.
Someone's put a bad one in, could have been the deck.
That's right. And I must say, personally, I absolutely loved this game.
I really enjoyed it.
It's a short game. It's not very long. It's only about, 3/4 an hour?
Yeah.
It took us to play
that.
with 5 players. We had a few games. But there's always feels like there's options to do. It's something good because you think, oh, okay, well, I want to try and make an attack and get some more treasure for my ship.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can do that. But then, am I revealing my identity when I'm putting that treasure in the hold if the attack's been successful?
You can double bluff.
You can double bluff effectively doing that.
And sometimes, if one of the ships is empty, you think, oh, I'll go over to that ship, and then I'll be the captain.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Because those ranks that you have will be constantly changing throughout the game as you move to different spaces.
That's something that took a while for me to get the hang of. Yeah.
And that's interesting. I thought the not only does it have good options for you to do, because I say everyone, is going to be good. Sometimes you're thinking, well, I'm the captain. Do I want to be the captain? Because I know someone, Carolyn, is planning a mutiny.
Yeah, my sister did a mutiny.
Yeah, but then you get to go to the island, perhaps, and you get to do something cool. And so no matter what happens, there's always some good stuff that you can do. It's fun moving around the ships. The event cards are fun because they allow you to do different things. Maybe shoot another player.
Yeah.
It might be some interesting opportunity to travel. It could be something that really does change the game, like one of the cards we have, because there's the regular event cards and then starred cards, which you're going to shuffle 3 into the event deck every game.
Yeah, so there'll be a few really powerful ones in there.
And they can really change things. So, for example, in our very first game, on like the second turn or something like that, one of them destroyed a rowboat.
Yeah.
So it was only specific cards, like the Atlantis card or something like that, that allowed you to move between the Jolly Roger and Tortuga at that point, because the rowboat to go from ship to island and back was out of the game.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I always like hidden identity games because I like trying to figure out, okay, which side are you on? And very occasionally, which side am I on?
Yeah.
But I love what this game does, and I love the way it does it. It does it with very few components as well, but it doesn't feel like this game would ever stagnate.
It doesn't feel like it at the moment, because I could have gone for a third game of it really, even that night. Yeah, once we kind of got the hang of what was happening on it. The one thing that took me a little while, well, not a while, but I didn't quite get it first, is that it doesn't matter which ship you're on, either the Flying Dutchman or the Jolly Roger. They're just the pirate ships.
Yeah.
And it's that each ship has 2 holds. So basically each ship is collecting treasure for the British and for the French. And it's kind of up to you which hold you want to put it in, and that will kind of reveal what where your loyalties lie, basically.
I mean, you can end up with one team controlling one ship, but that's not inherently the case. So you can end up thinking, oh, this is my team, we're all on the Flying Dutchman, and we're all getting gold for the British, and then it turns out someone on your team has been masquerading you, and they're actually a French player.
Yeah.
And they've just been biding their time till they can start moving treasure from the British hold to the French hold. So it is interesting, and you can't rely on a case of, oh, well, this person seems like they're on that side because they've taken this action, because people can and do double bluff a lot with their actions. And as I say, this is a light portable game, very easy to get around. It's very easy to learn. I think this is a game that would appeal to most people that play it.
You could bring this game out just as like a dinner party kind of thing, and people would get it quite easily, I think, and enjoy it.
Because you can have up to 9 players playing this.
Yes.
I mean,
that's the thing.
We've played several games with 5 players, and that was great fun. But I do feel like having even more players will make the game faster and even more backstabbing.
Yeah, there'd be more guesswork, wouldn't there?
Yeah.
It'd be easier to hide your hidden nationality.
I think it's always going to be better as well with that odd number of players.
Yeah.
Because then you've got the Dutchman, who is another element that's going around, and he's all he's trying to do is make sure the teams are balanced. So one minute you might think he's the British because he's just done something that seems to help the British, but actually all he's trying to do is win the game for himself and make sure the scores are as level as they can be.
There's like balance, don't they?
If a player seems overly concerned with balance, they might be the Dutchman, but that's not categorically the case.
That's how I got found out.
Yeah. But I'm going to say this, I wholeheartedly recommend this, me hearties. It's Tortuga 1667.
And one thing I want to add, I also heartily recommend this as well. I just want to say these treasure chests are gorgeous. There's the little gold sparkly wooden treasure chests that you're moving around, so it's pretty fun.
The character pieces are basic, but that's all they need to be.
I like the little Meeples.
They're not Meeples. I like the little cloth bag that you get with it. I like the I like the artwork on the cards.
Yeah.
But everything just fits beautifully back in the case. It's beautifully presented. It's easy to learn. Go check it out. It's Tortuga 1667.
You should definitely do that.
Farewell, Quester. To find out about other productions by the Meddlesome Meeples, then check out our channel or rendezvous with us at meddlesomemeeples.com. Until next time, Quester, farewell and keep thine axe sharp.